So now I'd like to talk about what I believe a true head of household is. Rather, it's what traditional, religious might look like, or whatever you choose it to be. But what is the an actual head of household? I will, and no matter what your structure is, there's somebody who is more of an alpha than the other in the relationship, at least based off the relationships that I know. And so I'm going to speak on my experience with my husband and me. And keep in mind, part of my issue with what I've been speaking on is how I built my foundation with my children first, then God, and eventually my husband. And that's how part of the problem we got here is that a I allowed my child and her husband to disrespect my husband, and I actually backed them because I thought that my husband wasn't doing it. But the point is that I was wrong. I was dead wrong. And in fact, today my husband, so we this morning, this is what a head of household does, by the way. This morning at about 4 a.m. he got up to go to the bathroom. I was awake, of course, because I just am. And I asked him, I was like, hey, you want to take me to the beach? We live over an hour away from Daytona. I said, do you want to take me to the beach so I can watch the sunrise? And he was like, absolutely. Let me hop in the shower. That's what a head of household does, is that he supports, he loves, he guides. Sometimes he's there to be like, honey, don't do that. Sometimes, like with what's going on, where I'm mad at my Heavenly Father, sometimes he just lays on the ground with me and holds me while I cry. That's what my husband head of household does, is he holds me and he supports me when he can, and when he can't, because it's out of his control, like the situation, he just is there to support me. And he never ever says I need his permission. He doesn't anger his children. Like he literally is. And I encourage everybody that's Christians to actually read like Ephesians 5:21 through chapter 6 through 4, 1 Corinthians 13:4 on what actually love is, and then Colossians 3:18 through 21, where it literally says to love like Jesus and don't be harsh. So I just kindly encourage some of the husbands that think that I'm in charge and my wife needs my permission. It doesn't say that in the Bible. It doesn't. It just really doesn't. And neither then does the whole seeking sister wife Garrett's his thing. And that's one of those ones. You can look at his wife Danielle and you can see the pain in her eyes of whatever blubbering idiot he's selling her that the Bible does not say. And she can actually herself, it's online, free app, all that, she could actually take her Bible out and read it for herself and see her husband is filling her with lies. But I just want to say from my experience with my husband that he's there to support me, whether it's with, training our children up, whether it's rather getting like driving me around because I want to be a passenger princess. Sometimes he's there to remind me, like how Michelle Obama says, when they go low, we go high. That's not me. I'm more like Candy. When they go low, I want to go to hell. And my husband's there to be like, no, honey, no, you're justified in what you're experiencing and maybe what you're wanting to do, but that's not what we're going to do. We're not going to do that. We're going to do the right thing, even though I could argue that my way might, but he's like, no, honey, we're going to do like Michelle Obama says, we're going to go high. We're not going to go low. And that's what a head of household does. So reminding myself and everybody else to do better. Thank you.